mode, enjoy the silence. I have got Sergeant Lange in here with me from the Colby Police Department.
Hello, hello.
And we're going to be talking about a couple different things. We're excited to have him here. And, you know, I think we're getting to the holidays. And I know that it doesn't seem like the holidays because it's literally like 70 degrees outside in the afternoon. So how is it Thanksgiving next week?
There's that meme going around about it just turned November 1st yesterday and already it's Thanksgiving next week.
I think it's already just turned October 1st and it's Thanksgiving next week.
I agree. It's
right?
insane.
Right. All right, well, let's talk about the holidays and a lot of people traveling. Let's talk about some traveling safety.
So we went online yesterday at the office, myself and Chief Richard Barrett, and we were finding some things to come in here and bring up and all that. So we have a little top 10 list, like a Dave Letterman style travel safety.
Great.
For the holidays.
Give it to us.
All right, number one, let's prepare your car for winter and keep an emergency kit with you. It's pretty amazing. We do get calls all the time for people coming through here during blizzards and stuff like that. And well, we didn't pack blankets and we didn't bring extra, clothing or extra food or anything. We were just going to go to Grandma's house and call it a day. And now we're stuck here. What do we do? So just prepare yourself.
Right. Well, and probably, we're not prepared because again, the weather.
Yes.
So when it hits us, we're all going to be like, whoops. Okay. We need our stuff.
If you've lived here long enough, we can have all 4 seasons in a matter of 5 minutes.
That's true. All right, next up.
Get a good night's sleep before departing and avoid drowsy driving. I think we've all been there. We've all done that. It's 5, 6 in the morning. I drive to Grandma's house and, oh, goodness gracious, I didn't sleep that well or whatever. Kids were up earlier or whatever. So just try to get as much sleep as you can before those long drives.
Yes.
Leave early, planning ahead for heavy traffic.
Make sure traffic out here is a big deal.
That I-70 can get pretty busy sometimes, so make sure every person in the vehicle is properly buckled up no matter how long or short the distance traveled. That's a big thing here. We have our STEP campaign getting ready to start for the Thanksgiving season. Click it or ticket, wear your seatbelt. It's amazing what those seatbelts can do to help save lives versus, I've seen the results of not wearing your seatbelt and what happens, and it's not pretty. So please buckle up, be safe out there. We do appreciate it. And
buckle up correctly.
Yes. Child safety seats also, a lot of child safety seats are put in wrong. They're not buckled in properly. If you have a question, our department has I'm one of the car seat technicians. Come in real fast. We can inspect that car seat, make sure it's buckled in properly. That way it's not loose, or in case of an accident, it doesn't become a missile inside your vehicle and people get hurt. We're trying to avoid that.
Right.
We have put that cell phone away. Many distractions occur while driving, but cell phones are the main culprit. I think everybody does that. Yes, it's illegal to text and drive, but if you gotta make a phone call, try to do it. Try to use a hands-free set, Bluetooth, something like that, where you're not having to look down at your phone and drive at the same time. We had to take a safety class beginning of last year, I think. It was over multitasking. And the instructor told us that nobody in this world can multitask. Multitasking is a fictional event. You can only do one thing at a time. So even when you think you're multitasking, your brain truly isn't multitasking. It's just doing that one single event. True or not, I don't know, but you can avoid using your cell phone while driving. Please do so.
Okay. Well, I think I'm a good multitasker, but I'm not gonna use my phone.
Yeah, I agree. Practice defensive driving, and also designate a sober driver to ensure guests make it home safely after a holiday party. Alcohol or over-the-counter prescriptions and other illicit narcotics can cause impairment. We are out there, we are writing those tickets, we are, people can say, oh, we're picking on people or whatever. No, we're just trying to make sure that everyone gets home safely to their family, their friends, loved ones, and all that.
It's the holidays. We want everyone to be safe.
We want everybody to be safe and not get hurt.
It's hard enough at any time of the year, but especially the holidays.
Yeah, I can't imagine, losing a loved one to a drunk driver during Christmas or Thanksgiving when it could have been avoided.
Right, exactly.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for the driving tips.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. For the holiday driving tips. Now let's get a little bit. Let's talk about a little something different.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, dun dun dun. Okay, so I have a question. I had, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but I want to ask you. Not too long ago, I had an officer show up on my front door at 5:30 in the morning, and it was a little scary because that's not a normal happening. Please let everybody know it's not normal.
No, we don't come to your house at 5:30 in the morning and be like, hey.
Right? What's up, Kristina?
Yeah.
Right. So I had seen him on my video camera, and I went and answered the door, and they had said a 911 call came from my house. And of course, I had it I had dialed 911 and there was no one else at the house at the time.
You just rolled over and hit the 911 button by
Right, and they
accident.
did ask that, and I'm like, no, my phone's, it's away. So why could that have happened?
It could be a multitude of things. Number one, it could be there's a short in the system some way, somehow. That's a possibility. I have seen that before. It could also be someone driving by or walking by, and they have a phone, and it calls 911. Someone, the old-fashioned butt dial. Those things can happen. I mean, I've seen a plethora of different variations of why 911 gets called, and the person's like, "It wasn't me. I didn't do this. What number called?" And sometimes, that number doesn't match up. I've also seen where that number does match up, and it's just one of those freaky things that happens.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, and just to clarify, it was not my number that called.
Correct.
So I don't know what happened, but I do appreciate you guys coming to check on me.
Yeah, and I hope people don't get upset. I mean, that's our job. We get notified from our dispatchers to come in, check these 911 disconnects or drops or whatever the case may be. We're just trying to make sure people are safe and everyone's good to go. Most people, when we get to their house, like, hey, we received a 911 phone call from this residence. Is everything okay? They're very cooperative, and they're like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Thanks for coming and showing up. Other people can get a little annoyed, and they're like, why are you here bothering me?
What if I wanted to have answered the door? I mean, what if it really was a 911 call that I made and I was unable to answer the door? If no one answers the door to a 911 call, and I'm putting you on the spot, because we didn't talk about this.
True.
But, I mean, how do you usually
I'm going to put my
handle
size 13 boot through your door, and no. We'd like to try to find a key holder if possible, maybe a family friend member or something like that's got a key to the residence. We'd get a hold of them and say, hey, we're getting a 911 call from this residence. Kristina's house, she's not answering. I'm legitimately worried that there's something wrong. And if we can't find a key holder and we can't find someone to open that door for us, we might have to go in through a garage or a window or a door just to make sure. Because you never know. Maybe you did dial 911 and you were getting out of bed or something like that, or getting out of the shower and something happened. You fell down.
Right, you're not able to answer the door.
You're not able to answer the door. So it's my job to get in there and make sure you're okay, make sure you're safe. And
right. Well, we appreciate. I mean, yes, did I want to answer the door at 5:30 in the morning with my hair all crazy and
I've had people at 5:30 in the morning answer the door completely.
In their birthday suit?
A birthday suit galore.
Huh.
No shame in their game. And they're just like, hey.
Hey.
I'm like, yeah, we received a 911 phone call. Do you mind putting some clothes on? Nope, not doing it. Okay, you do you, boo.
Right? Exactly. Well, thanks for answering those questions for me, because,
no problem.
I've been kind of wondering about that, and, just was like, okay, that's just strange and weird and everything. Okay, so let's go less serious even now. So let's talk about, and I want you to come in and visit with me. We're going to do this. We're going to keep doing these things. Let's talk about a dumb criminal.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about a dumb criminal.
There's no dumb criminals. There's just, okay, we'll leave it at that.
Okay, so I just read a story, and it took place in Florida. And the criminal...
These things always happen in Florida. Again, I don't understand what's going on in Florida.
I don't know. I mean, I was there, and they didn't seem that dumb.
I was too. I was there. I was in Pensacola. I thought it was great. St. Augustine. It was amazing.
Right. Yeah, so he wrote on... The police went up to the door, and there's a whiteboard by the door, and it says, John Doe, the criminal's name, does not live here.
Well, if John Doe wrote that he doesn't live there, then that's got to be gospel. He doesn't live there.
Right,
we just better go back and tear up the warrant.
You would have turned around and...
Yeah, we would have just left.
Obviously he doesn't live there.
No follow-up, no nothing. Hey, we're going to take John Doe's word for gospel, and
right?
It is what it is.
Right? He does not live there. Underlined.
Yeah. If that were to happen in real life, we're going to knock on the door. We're going to try to make contact. Am I going to kick open your door or anything like that? No, I'm not going to do that. But we're gonna wait. We're going to make some phone calls. We're going to go out looking for you. Is going to jail fun? No. Are warrants fun? No. On the same token, we need people to be responsible. Take responsibility for your actions. For everything you do, there's a consequence and repercussion. I have a job to do. I took an oath to uphold the law and to enforce the laws of the land. It is what it is. But most of the time, if I have a warrant for somebody, they've been very accepting of it. I've had people like, hey, so-and-so, you have a warrant for your arrest. They're like, okay, cool, let's go to jail.
Most likely it's not a surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Most likely it's not a surprise.
Exactly. Sometimes there's those people out there, they're like, what? Well, I didn't do that. That's great. This has gone to an attorney. It's gone to the judge. They've signed off on it.
Right.
You'll have your day in court and go from there.
Right. All right. Well, that is Sergeant Lange from the Colby Police Department. Thank you for stopping by, and I want to see more of you.
We will. We'll do this again.
You know, we'll do this again and talk about some other stuff. Now, if you have an idea that you'd like to ask the Colby Police Department,
yes, please.
You know, text us 785-460-0790. Text us and say, hey, this is for the next time that the police department stops by. I want to know this.
Yeah.
Why not? Right?
We're transparent. We're here to help. We're here to answer any questions that are out there. So.
All right.
Sure there'll be some hate mail too, because you know everyone loves the police. So
I'm not answering those questions.
Great, I appreciate
Okay,
that.
I won't pass them on.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You're listening to 100.3 The Ride. It is currently 10:31 Central Time and 9:31 in the Mountain Time. Thank you so much for being with us.